New builds. Okay, that was a good rotation, I think. Alright, it's basically the DPS of Deathblow. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it works, man. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The PTR starts today, and yesterday I did some more testing on Deathblow. As you may have seen in the intro, we have like a rotation with Earthstriker, Overpower, and Deathblow. And Deathblow is not really getting a big nerf. The damage is roughly divided by 2.5. We'll go into all the details. And you can hit for billions now. So you'll still hit for like 500 million or something after the patch. And then on top of that, there's going to be a season theme and the new season theme. Because these billion hits are without any pet. Like I went to non-season or to the Eternal Realm and there's no pets involved here. Basically, the idea is you stack your Earthstriker and then every couple seconds you blast with Deathblow instead of Hoda. Because yeah, Hoda damage is nerfed a lot. And Deathblow is not. And Deathblow also has this 2.5x multiplier against bosses, which is basically going to be, main focused on killing a single target, especially in the pit at the end, killing the high boss. Let me just show you the rotation here, basically. So we use Whirlwind and Rend, and we use this to stack up our Starless Sky, which gives us a 1.4. And we also use this to trigger our Encroaching Wrath. You need to spend 100 Fury to be able to get a 1.6 multiplier for our next weapon mastery, which is Deathblow. And then we also have Banished Lords, Red Furore. Here you also need to spend 100 Fury, and we're doing that. And it's going to be a pretty smooth build. And on top of this, we will be playing Rage of Haragas, and there's going to be this is going to be changed in the patch, and it's also going to work for your ultimates, and you don't have to hit elites, you can hit any trash mob with it. And whenever you kill a trash mob with Deathblow, you'll also get cooldown refunded. But right now we are basically using Rage of Haragas, so this is like to simulate 10 monsters that don't die right now. So we will just start the rotation, like we'll basically just activate our Wrath of the Berserk to get Berserking and to start spending Fury, because that's also a multiplier when we spend more Fury. So we start with this, and then we need to count. We do 1 Rend, and then whenever I Rend, it's weapon switching, 2, 3, and then 4, and now we have our Earthstriker stack, and now we can cast a Deathblow, boom. And we're also gonna get a guaranteed crit and guaranteed overpower from our Earthstriker. So we do this again here in a second, but you can see like we can like kind of just, if we spin, like we're already resetting our cooldowns. And this is the Rage of Haragas. Here you see the Warcries, like they're slowly getting back their cooldown reduction. And that's pretty cool. So I will show you like a full rotation here. We'll do a couple of rotations. And I'm basically always counting to 4, because whenever I count to 4, I know that I'm doing a Rend. And then on my 5th one, I need to do a Deathblow. And in between, we spin. So I always know. Unfortunately, the game does not track enough buffs here, so you can see. So you need to count your Earthstriker stacks, because you won't be able to see it in the middle of the fight. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, Deathblow. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. You see every Deathblow, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. You see every Deathblow is the overpower crit. 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. And you can see the cooldown is getting reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. 1, 2, 3, 4, Deathblow. 1, 2, 3, 4, Deathblow. And you can do this very fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deathblow. Ready to one target. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouts, Deathblow. 1, 2, 3, 4, Deathblow. Now you see, like it's always hitting for a billion. And this is on a normal 100 cycle dummy, no snapshots, no nothing. Like we obviously will have to calculate out some blood rage, because it's all getting weaker. We'll do this in a couple of minutes, but I first want to to go over the setup and the gear. I also made the planner that I'm going to be linking here in the description. This is the Deathblow for Season 4. We will still test this on the PTR. But it looks like this is going to be a very promising boss killer. And even in the runs itself, obviously you will lose the Deathblow boss multiplier, but you would get the Deathblow cooldown instantly back. So you probably don't need to... Like you can, like if you have infinite cooldowns, like you can also do Whirlwind, Deathblow, Whirlwind, Deathblow, Whirlwind, Deathblow, and like stack your Earth Striker like that. But obviously, it does not really work right now because we are not killing any enemies here. But if every Deathblow kills the enemy, we can do that. Whirlwind, Deathblow, like we did with Hoda, basically. And that's the idea. And this is a potential build. Obviously, we firstly going to try the Dust Devil and the Earthquake builds because those are really new, and this is like kind of a, you know, an already existing build. There's not really any like direct buffs to this, but this is just not getting a big nerf, and it's already very strong right now, as you can see here, hitting for billions and billions. And if you want to hit for like 2 billion, you can also go with Godslayer, but then obviously you don't have the consistent damage. But this is going to be like to one-shot Duriel or to one-shot the Uber bosses, basically. Alright, so we're playing Harlequin's Crest here. Again, if you don't have it, you can play Godslayer. Then the Rage of Haragast is getting a buff, so very good for our cooldown resets. Then we're playing Encroaching Wrath. After the patch, when Banished is gone, you can also put this multiplier on the Amulet and then play Elements or Inner Calm for another like 1.3 multiplier, because Banished is going to get nerfed to 1.6. Then we have the Tiber's Will. You can also play some defense here, like if we need more defense, we could play Disobedience or Juggernaut, because we don't really need our Evade here. Then we have the Weapons Master Primal Boots here. This one is basically giving our Deathblow 2 stacks, so we can like Deathblow twice basically, and just are very comfortable with this one. Then we have the Overkill, this one. This is why we see so many numbers. So every Deathblow is accommodated by another number, which is 38% of its base. So all these numbers that you see, if you see a billion, like you can kind of see this here in the server clips, you probably saw it in the intro here. If you see these kind of numbers, like you have to add them together. This is like a 2 billion hit, because some of them is coming from the Overkill and some of them is coming from our OG Deathblow damage. Then right now we need to play one slashing weapon, and this is so we can reduce our cooldowns, because with Whirlwind there is a rune that basically needs to use a slashing weapon for it to apply bleed. And this is one of the ways we reduce our cooldown. You can see here how the cooldown is getting reset once we blast this rune. And if I would have 2 maces, it would not let me equip, because I have a very bad sword here, because I never kept one. But if we have 2 maces, excuse me, if we have 2 maces, you can see like no cooldown is getting reset. So yeah, you must have 1 sword and then 1 mace, or anything else basically. But mace is the best because we are scaling overpower. And this is a really good mace, and this is a really good sword, so they're a really bad sword. So there's a lot of potential to go higher. And then the other one with Rend, we want a weapon swap. So this is on our Grandfather, and we could also grandfather the Whirlwind, but I like dual wield more because it's basically making it a lot faster. And yeah, with Rend is the same thing. Like if we hit the targets, you can kind of see how the cooldown is getting reset from Rage of Haragath as well. I mean, right now it doesn't work with Wrath, but it will work after the patch. So yeah, you must have 1 slashing weapon. Could also be an axe, by the way. And then we have your Grandfather, Ring of Starless Sky, Red of Ring of Furore. So these two have a pretty cool synergy. So you just spend 100 Fury. You have a 1.6 or 1.9 or ×2. If you don't have Grandfather, you put this Encroaching Wrath on your 2-hander, of course. And then we have the Banished Lord Talisman. And you can spear, you can spend 100 Fury. You have guaranteed overpower, guaranteed crit. You have a guaranteed 1.3 multiplier more. And you get the guaranteed overpower after 8 switches from Earthstriker anyways. Then we're rocking X-Master. This is also going to get a little bit nerfed, but it's going to be fine. It's still 10% at 1.1x, really strong. Then for the skill tree, so we just take 2 points to unlock. Then we have Whirlwind with the Bleed rune, and we have Rend here. This one makes stuff vulnerable and continues to make it vulnerable. And we have the Furious Rend, so we just get resources back. So see, it doesn't really cost any resource. I mean, we spend and we generate. So it's a pretty cool thing to just perma-rent, basically, like without having to worry about it, because we have like a bunch of resource generation. Then we are rocking, well, 3 points here. More life is more survivability, but also more overpowers. We have Rallying Cry with Strategic Rallying Cry. This is our source of Fortify. You can see here, once I press this and start attacking, like our Fortify goes to max. So pretty easy. Maybe the Season Theme one will do this for us, and then we can skip this room, but for now, it's very good. Then we have Shout Duration, Warcry here for Berserking. We also have another source of Berserking, is coming from our Deathblow. You can also choose to get more Fury, but I'm like good on Fury anyways, even on single targets. And then we have Exposed Vulnerability. This one also applies even more vulnerable. We might not even need this. Like I was just like having a bit of overkill because we also have Exploit. And you guys already know, if you keep doing your rotation, you have the Rend extending your vulnerability anyways. So yeah, this one could be changed for something else. But we also don't need crit chance. There could be like some defensive if you want to take D3 points, put them here, so get some elite damage reduction, or put them here, feel free to. Same goes for Slaying Strike. Pit Fighter is just needed, so these 6 can be put defensively. Yeah, and then we have the Death Blow, and we have Counter Offensive here from Fortify. We have our triple buff here because we're playing a two-hander. And also some Fury on swap, because if we're playing on a single target, you can sometimes run out of Fury. So if you're swapping weapons, you get Fury is good. Rough the Berserk maxed, and then our ultimate cooldown unconstrained. You can also play Walking Arsenal, because you see we have this dual wielding, we have this slashing, and we have this as a mace, so we actually are getting, you know, all 4 stacks. But then again, the attack speed doesn't really help us so much. But right now I prefer unconstrained, but this could also be a viable option, and the other 2 are kind of useless. Paragon looks like this right now, so we have Exploit to make stuff vulnerable, we have more to draw because we're switching our weapons. We have kind of overkill crit chance, but it's also some nice additive. There could be some different glyphs, but I like this because I not always get the Ring of Red Furor, so it's pretty cool to see, to have it like that. Yeah, then we have the Blood Rage here, multiplier. This one is going to get nerfed from 1.5 or 1.6 to 1.3. We have Ira here, and we have Dominate here for more overpower damage. This one is also going to get a nerf. We have some more overpower damage. Bonebreaker right now here for overpower, so we could even get rid of this, so this is not like fully min-maxed yet. And then we have the Marshal, of course, here, so reduces cooldown. This is also going to get a slight nerf, but it's still really good to reduce, you see, our Deathblow cooldowns. So we can just press these and get our Deathblow back. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. Again, there's the planner here, you saw the intro. Let's quickly talk about the nerfs, so I'm going to put this in the description again. And the nerfs are going to be on the PTR, they're going to look like this. So we are getting a Banished Lord nerf, so it goes from 2.2 to 1.6, the difference is 38%. We have a Dominate Glyph nerf, we reduce some additive, we have a Crusher nerf, we have an Earthstriker nerf, we have X Mastery nerf, and we have the Blood Rage nerf. So all in all, we are losing about 2.5x damage. So whatever number you see, you need to divide by 2.57. So these numbers here, let's say like it's a billion, so we will just take this, like a billion, 100,000. I mean, it's not really optimized, but like this is basically how it's going to go. And then divided by 2.5, I don't know, 55 or whatever. And then you see this hit after the patch would still be 400 million, enough to one-shot Durian. This is without Godslayer. And then you can obviously still add, you know, like whatever new things we are going to getting. So I think it's going to be a pretty strong build overall, and it's going to hit pretty hard in the end. And it's probably going to be one of the builds that I will be using in the pit. To kill the bosses. But I think in the start we're mostly going to focus on testing the new builds with Dust Devil and Earthquake. I already made videos. Those are also going to be in the description. I'm very excited for later today, so stay tuned. And I'll be testing it all. We only have 7 days, so there's a lot to do. Let's go. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.